you guys watched yesterday's vlog, you'll remember that I said I have a very long layover on my way home. And now I'm here in the country of my layover. Any ideas where I am? I am in Doha, the capital city of Qatar. So I figured it's very unlikely I'd ever come to Qatar on a proper trip. So I made my layover here 20 hours so that I could see as much of the country as possible.
Throughout my backpacking trip, I had seen all kinds of varied scenery, from mountains to lakes. But one thing that was missing was deserts. And so being in Qatar, I booked a tour to go and visit one. The first stop of the tour was to ride some camels, which is something I've wanted to do for a while. Then we drove across some sand dunes, which was pretty bumpy and it didn't look as fun as it does on TV. At one point, we were allowed to step out onto the sand, which wasn't a great idea given how windy it was. In fact, the wind blew the sand so hard that it felt like needles were piercing you, and suffice to say, the sand got everywhere, and it took me a while to get rid of it all. We then ended our tour by stopping at the edge of the Persian Gulf, which marks the border of Qatar. In fact, in the distance, you might be able to see Saudi Arabia. Then it was time to leave the wilderness behind and head back to civilization.
I'm enjoying my layover here in Doha so far. The only issue I have is that it's currently 43 degrees, which I believe is the hottest weather I've ever been in. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like the heat is suffocating me. So I'm gonna go inside for a bit and just explore some indoor stuff, and then hopefully later in the day it's cooled down a bit.
So in order to escape the heat, I went to Souk Waqif, which is a traditional marketplace here in Doha. I walked around for a bit before getting myself some lunch. After this, I headed over to Villaggio Mall, which has to be one of the bougiest shopping malls I've seen in my life. It even had a mini theme park and an ice rink. By this point, night had fallen, so the temperatures had dropped to a slightly more mild 35 degrees. So I checked out the night skyline before jumping into a taxi to head back to the airport and catch the final flight of this trip.